All right, welcome in. I'm Coach Nice. So, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about healing your inner self. What does that mean? What does that really look like? And how do you heal? How do you properly heal? No one really knows how to properly heal. We all have our maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's blah blah blah, right? But do we really know? So let's talk about it. Healing your inner self. Healing is not quick. So understanding that a lot of people think healing can happen overnight. Healing is not something that you can do overnight. No, a lot of people want instant healing. A lot of people want quick fixes, fast emotional recovery. Just be over it. How many of us have always sat around and said, I just want to be over it. I want it over. I want it done. I am tired of it, right? But real healing takes time, it takes patience. Do you understand? It takes consistency, reflections, grace with yourself. That's what it takes. You don't heal in one day. No, you got to think about it. You don't heal in a day years of pain. It took years of trauma, rejection, or just trauma alone, disappointment, betrayal, loss. Healing is a process. Healing is a process. Some days you feel strong, some days you feel at peace, some days you feel hopeful, but other days you feel triggered, emotional, tired, and confused. Sorry, I had to put it on do not disturb. And confused. Yes. And that does not mean you're not healing, right? Because you feel those things. You have to look at, like I always tell people, some days you're motivated, some days you're not. And you got to look at motivation like an emotion. Some days you're up and some days you're not. So the same way with healing, some days you're going to feel like, yes, especially if you're on the healing journey and you're getting to the point of getting to know who you are and being who you are. You want to be the best version of yourself, right? And you're thinking, if you go in with the mindset of, I'm going in this healing and I'm just going to start healing and I'm just going to start doing everything right, you're going to get to the place of a burnout. A lot of people get overwhelmed in the healing and then they quit, but you can't quit healing. It's impossible to quit healing. Healing is truth. Once you know truth, there's no way that you can ever go back to a lie or live in a lie or be in a lie. It's just truth. Okay. So that's what healing is. So healing is not linear. You can have good days and you can have hard days, but that does not mean when you're having hard days that healing ain't for you and to walk away from it. That's what the enemy wants. Anytime that you're on the chart or on the path of truth, the path of truth is your true authentic self. You have to remember, healing is nothing major that the world will see and feel. Healing is for you. It's getting you back to your true authentic self. That's the whole purpose of healing. Getting you back to your true authentic self, not getting you to where people need you to be. It's disconnecting you from the survivor world and connecting you into your wholesome world. So give yourself permission to heal at your own pace. It's not a race. It's not a race. Mm-mm. You have to set your own pace. Do you understand that a lot of people just stop. They think they stop. You can't stop healing. Once you're enlightened to the truth, you'll always hear in your mindset, you know truth now. Even though you're in survival mode, your environment is survival mode. Here, you'll always be the one that don't think like everybody else because now you've been introduced to truth. But a lot of people think that with healing, like, okay, I have to do it like this or it looks like this. Healing is what you want it to be. This is where you have your blank canvas and you get to pick and choose, what do you want your life to be like today? What is it that I want my life to be like? Nine times out of 10, God has already showed you who you're supposed to be and who you are. God already showed you that. But now it's, how do I get to that person? Will you create in the moment? See, in the present time, a lot of us go through healing and we're looking for God. And we're like, God, I don't feel God on it. It's because you're not in the present time. See, anytime that you're not in the present time, what happens is you start looking for what it should look like, right? And you start searching for what it should look like instead of being present and start and allowing God. God will allow you to be a co-creator in this moment, right? Because you're already destined to be a thing, but He'll let you, you know, this is the goal. You're going to be a CEO. You're going to be successful. You're going to be healing people. So he'll let you be as creative as you want as long as you're in alignment, but you have to get in the present time. So healing requires honesty. You cannot heal what you pretend don't exist. You pretending like something doesn't exist. You know, when that you're hurt, but you're hiding it in anger. You're mad, but you're not mad. You're hurt. That person hurt your feelings. But you know, the world told us you got to act unbothered. But where does that get you? It gets you in your head. A lot of people play the unbothered game, but you're spinning that person that bothered you is spinning circles in your head because you're allowing it. You cannot heal what you pretend doesn't exist. A lot of people avoid healing because they don't want to face what hurt them. What hurt them, who hurt them, how it affected them, how they responded, and how it changed them. Healing requires you to be honest about your pain. What do you feel? What's the truth about it? Your patterns, your triggers, your fears, your wounds, your behavior. You have to be honest about it. Honesty sounds like what? That hurt me more than I admitted. Be honest. I'm still affected by that. I haven't healed from the situation. I struggle with truth. I struggle with abandonment. I struggle with insecurities. I avoid things because I'm afraid. I react because I'm hurt. Do you know how many women, how many times us as women, we deal and stay in relationships, friendships, whatever kind of ships there is, because of abandonment issues and insecurity? That's why I created the Lead Her Movement Network. The Lead Her Movement Network, if you want, ladies, if you want to join, is leadhermovement.mn.co, because it's where I teach women how to be secure with themselves, be comfortable with themselves, knowing how to get along with other women. We are not in competition with each other. We need each other. We need each other. If we want to survive, we need each other. Sisterhood started a long time ago, and it started from a survival mechanism. This is how they survive. So with insecurities, a lot of times we stay in relationships or we put up, you know how they say, and this is survival mindset. When they say, all men cheat, it's what levels of cheating do you want? I'm a person, I don't believe all men cheat. I believe in whatever environment you're in. If you're in low vibration, yes, all men cheat in low vibration. But if you raise your vibration, move out of that environment, you will find people, same way with women, you will find people, meet them where they are, that they've been through that. They don't want no part of that and they want more. So insecurity keeps women and men in relationships, right? Keeps them in relationships because they feel like, okay, I already got the best, or I'm not going to get the best. And then you stay because of abandonment issues, and the insecurities allow you to allow that person to have, okay, you can have another girlfriend, or you can have one on the side, or once a month, or threesome, whatever it is. That's what happens. You cannot heal what you hide. You have to face it to heal it. This is not about blaming yourself. This is about understanding yourself so you can grow. That's the importance of healing. Let's jump into number 3. Healing requires forgiveness. A lot of people, before we even get into that, forgiveness is one of the hardest parts of healing. But a lot of people think that as long as you forgive, you're healed. No, no. If you forgive someone, that does not mean that you are healed or they are healed. No, absolutely not. It's much deeper than that. The healing comes from, why did I allow this person that it had to get to the point that I had to forgive them? Why did I let them into my life? You have to get to the root of the problem, because what's going to happen is, if you don't, then you're going to meet the next person, same energy, different person, same thing. No, forgiveness is one of the hardest part of healing. Forgiveness does not mean what happened was okay. When you forgive someone, it's not that you're saying what they've done is okay and, oh well, do well, oh well, forget about it, or you have to reconnect, or you can trust them again, or you can allow the same behavior. No, you've been friends for since childhood, right? And then they do something wrong. Survival mode told you, oh, that's just family. Oh, y'all friends. That's what friends do. They talk about you, but y'all still friends. Can't nobody else talk about you. That's the craziest thing in the world. That is some survival mode, Satan built dysfunctional mess to say, I'm your family. I'm the one that's supposed to love you the most. I can talk about you, but nobody else can. That is crazy. It's insane. No. When you forgive someone, as you start to heal, when you forgive someone, It does not mean what you did is okay. That does not mean that me and you will be friends again. It does not mean that me and you will reconnect again. That's not what it means. What it means is I forgive you because on my healing journey, I can't tag along anything else that's going to bring pain to me. How can I heal with pain? No. Forgiveness means I am choosing to release the hold the situation or person has on me. That's it. Okay? So when you don't forgive, you'll do what? You'll carry anger, carry resentment, carry pain. You'll carry emotional weight. We don't want that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. You we're no longer carrying anyone else's burdens. Our burdens are our burdens and their burdens is their burdens, and we're going to remember that, okay? And the weight shows up in when you carry all that, when you don't forgive, the weight shows up in your mood. Now I got to deal with your attitude. I didn't do anything to you. You know, your reactions. I asked you a question and now you flying off the handle. I didn't do anything to you. Your relationships. Your wife can't catch a break because of why? You're mad, or your husband can't catch a break because you're holding on to something that he did. You told him you forgave him, but yet you're still holding on to it, right? Your mindset, it shows up in your peace. Forgiveness is not for them, forgiveness is for you. Remember that. It allows you to let go. It allows you to breathe. It allows you to move forward. It allows you to heal and find peace. But you have to understand how to forgive and what forgive mean. When they say, "Oh, you said you forgave me, why are you bringing it up?" You know how they say you can forgive but you don't forget? Okay. So, what does forgiving really mean? Because what happens if when you say I forgive you, right? They cheat. I forgive you. Now you're going to be in your head. Let me tell you how it shows up. Every time that person go out, oh, is this happening? Every time they phone ring, oh, is this happening? Every time they're too long in the bathroom, oh, is this happening? No. Forgiveness is you have to let it go, saying, okay, and acknowledge they did this to me. It hurt my feelings. You're going to put the correct emotion to the feelings that hurt my feelings. I did not like it. Now let's heal. In order for that forgiveness to work, you have to heal. And it's not just you healing alone, you have to heal that relationship as well, that friendship, and heal you because now you have to change your mindset. It disrupted your peace. Now you got to find your peace again. Finding your peace, knowing that, okay, this person cheated, I forgave them, we're working it out. Now you have to rewire your brain not to go back to every time you get mad to go back to that. You have to find peace in that by closing that chapter. That happened, but no longer because you accepted it, right? So you can forgive and still walk away. You can forgive and still have boundaries. Okay, let's look at number 4. Healing requires boundaries. You cannot heal in an environment that continues to hurt you. It's continuing to hurt you. How can you heal if it's still hurting you? No, healing requires you to protect your energy, your peace, your mental health, your emotions. If you keep talking to the same people who hurt you, staying in the same unhealthy environments, accepting the same behavior, ignoring the red flags, and allowing disrespect, you are allowing and you will keep reopening the same wounds. You have to create boundaries. Boundaries is saying no. Boundaries is creating distance, limiting access, protecting your time, and not over explaining. Boundaries are walking away, choosing peace over familiar to what you're familiar to. Okay, boundaries are not punishment. No, boundaries are protection. You deserve to heal. Yes, you deserve to heal in an environment that supports your growth. You deserve that. Now let's look at number 5. Hurt people, hurt people. Heal people, heal people. Right? So survival mode taught us to lead with the negative. Survival mode taught us to go forth with the negativity first. That's what it is. Always see the bad, always see the worst, always see everything. But the heal version of you, the wholesome you always lead with the better. How can I help? How can I fix this situation? Which is, to elevate it, to make it ascend, to become better. This is very powerful. When someone is hurt and unhealed, they may project their pain onto you. A lot of times, whatever kind of listen, when I say relationship, it doesn't mean an intimate relationship. It could be a friendship, it could be a coworker. So when I say ships, that's what I mean. So in any kind of ship or just working with someone, whatever it is, they are projecting their pain onto you. Yes, you know how someone gives you their unsolicited advice? They come to you and say, Oh, that could never be me. Well, it's not you, it's me, right? It could never be me because someone played in their face. Now that every time, listen, guy, all you seen was a pretty woman and you wanted to get to know her, and the first thing she meets you with is all this pain that she's been through and she projected it onto you, or vice versa. Women, all you see is you've been minding your business. This is a handsome guy, and you're going to give him a chance, and all he meets you with is everything that hurt him, that is projecting their pain onto you. Now they already see you as the person that hurt them. They already see you with the red flags. Everybody want to lead with survival mode, have you leading with red flags. And somehow someone said when you're healed, you see green flags. That is just stage two. No, stage two of healing from survival mode when you're looking for the green flags. When you are healed, you're not looking for anything. If you're looking, even if you're looking for the green flags, you're still looking for something. You already created a narrative about the person. You're already looking for something. So you're not even giving that person a fair chance, right? When someone is hurt and unhealed, they react emotionally. You're trying to have a conversation. You ask someone. I remember asking someone one time, "Did you do that on purpose?" It was a guy I was talking to, and I asked him, "Did he do this on purpose?" We wasn't even talking. We were just friends, I guess. I don't know what we were, but I said, "Did you do that on purpose?" Because I had a conversation to him once before about what men usually do. When men would always, I don't know what this was about, will always try and bring other women around me to get a reaction out of me. I'm not a jealous type person. So when he did it, I asked him, did he do it on purpose? Immediately he reacted out of emotions with anger, frustration, which which made me believe the guilt of, okay, you did that on purpose to get a reaction. So what he did was projected, oh, you jealous. Well, I didn't know you'd be a jealous type person. I'm far from jealous. I'm just very mature in asking you. I was called immature. I was called all these things, but I'm very mature because I'm asking you because I know the conversation we just had. So therefore, we got a chance to fix this, right? But because he reacted out of emotion, see, hurt people, when someone is hurt and unhealed, this is what they do. They react out of emotions. They struggle with trust. You just assume that I'm going to do you bad because of what you went through. You just assumed he's going to mistreat you because of what you went through, right? You didn't give him a chance and hurt others unintentionally. Sometimes people that's hurt you intentionally. It depends. It depends the levels of hurt. Some people are so, I don't even want to use the word broken, are so unhealed, right? They don't even know what healed mean. They think healed is forgive. That's what they think. They're still stuck in survival mode and they think if they ask or you forgive them or whatever the case may be, or they apologize, that the situation is healed, and you're so far from it. When someone is hurt and unhealed, they carry negativity. Every time you turn around, they see the negative in there. Have you ever met someone or been around? I don't care if it's your homeboys or your homegirls. Y'all go out, they always got something negative to say. You come out, you done put on your best outfit, and they, yeah, look cute, but I mean, I wouldn't have done that. I mean, why did you do that? And why did you say that? Why are you looking like that? Why? Oh, he trying to talk to you. Girl, you better watch him. Check it. Check his bank account. Check his baby mama. Find about this. No. Or when someone is hurt and unhealed, they repeat unhealthy patterns constantly. So this doesn't excuse bad behavior, but it helps you understand people act from where they are emotionally. A lot of us are not emotionally intelligent. We're just not, because it's something that has to be learned, right? Because we grew up from survival mode and they taught you don't wear your heart on your sleeve. They told you that if you ever acknowledge that you are hurt, you're wearing your heart on your sleeve and you're wrong. That's what they taught us, right? But if I was emotionally intelligent to understand that I have more than two emotions, see, in the household I grew up with two. What was the two? Happy or angry? Happy or angry? You make me cry, I'm angry. You tell me I look nice or give me a compliment, I'm happy. You tell me you love me, I'm happy. And love is not even an emotion. Love is a being. It's the highest gift of all. It is God. God created it. It's carrying the fruits. But we made it an emotion. So what happens when this is how the hurt happens? Because we only know those two, right? If someone hurt your feelings, you're angry. So since we only know those two, what happens when that significant other hurts you? Where does that love go? Because you made it an emotion. Where does it go? You're not happy anymore. So where do you put it? Even if it's a friendship, where do you put it? You put it in angry, right? And if you don't feel like you're angry with them, you know those friends that, oh, well, y'all was just friends. She was just giving you all the praises, saying all these things, and all of a sudden, you're not making her happy. So where does that love go? Then jealousy is birthed. When jealousy is birthed, that's where the love go. That's how it comes. So now the real question is, right? Who do you want to be when you heal? When you decide to heal, who do you want to be? You respond instead of reacting. We're no longer reacting. Reacting is a survival mode. That's when you crash out. Responding is when you take the time to pause, take a step back to acknowledge what it is. I created the RPI. The RPI is to acknowledge, release, practice, inner explore, and empower. Inner explore is the self reflection. And so that's the checks and balances. So you respond instead of reacting. You can take the practice, the P for practice. What do you practice? I tell people about the 44-44. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, do it 4 times. That's what you're practicing. When you heal, you communicate better, right? You listen to understand. When you heal, you love healthier. You set boundaries. You bring peace instead of chaos. You break cycles, the generational curse, right? A lot of people think that the generational wealth is money. That's a survival mode mindset. Generational breaking generational curses and having generational wealth has nothing to do with tangible money. It has everything to do with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. When you heal, you grow emotionally. When you heal, you become aware. Healed people don't just change their lives. No, they change the lives of others. Your healing is not just for you. It impacts your future relationships, your family, your environment, your leadership, and your purpose. Right? That's what healing is. So let's do a recap about it. Healing takes time, but every step you take matters. Yes, it does. You don't have to rush your healing, you just have to commit to it. You deserve peace and you deserve to become whole. So the RPI that I have is A for acknowledge. What hurt me that I never healed from? I want you to reflect on this. R for release. Release pain and emotional wounds. P for practice. Spend quiet time reflecting. I for inner explore. What does my inner self need? E for empower. I am healing and becoming whole. So what I want you to journal. What am I still healing from? 2, what emotions do I avoid dealing with? 3, who or what do I need to forgive? And today I just want you to spend time alone just reflecting. So let's do our declaration. Repeat after me. I give myself permission to heal. I am honest about my pain and I release what is holding me back. I forgive, I grow, and I protect my peace. I am becoming whole. And today's scripture is Psalm 147, verse 3. Yes, Psalms 147, verse 3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. So listen, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead, subscribe. I thank you for joining. I thank you for coming in my live. If you women, ladies, if you want to join the Lead Her Movement Network, it is leadhermovement.mn.co. This is where I personal train, life coach, and we have classes. We have the Academy, Becoming Her Academy in there. And I give your monthly workout plan that you're going to do for the month. Get you a night buddy. A night buddy is me, someone that's going to hold you accountable. And come join us because this is where women learn to heal and build. Listen, I enjoyed Coach Nye out.